Did you know your liver could be struggling right now without a single painful symptom until it's already damaged by 70%? In the next few minutes, I'll reveal 8 often missed early warning signs of liver trouble that are especially common after age 60, and the simple steps you can take today to protect this vital organ before serious damage occurs. The 6th sign on our list is something 83% of seniors experience regularly, but almost never connect to liver health. Yet liver specialists at Johns Hopkins call it the most commonly overlooked indicator of early hepatic stress. Last year, Margaret, a healthy-looking 72-year-old from Ohio, went for a routine checkup feeling perfectly fine. Her doctor noticed 2 subtle signs from our list and ordered additional testing, revealing liver inflammation that could have progressed to cirrhosis if left undetected for just another 6 months. Sign 1. Unexplained fatigue that rest doesn't improve. Are you experiencing persistent tiredness that doesn't improve with adequate sleep? This could be your overworked liver sending you an urgent message. Many seniors mistakenly attribute their constant exhaustion to normal aging, completely missing this critical early warning sign. The fatigue connected to liver stress has a distinctive quality. It persists regardless of how much you rest, and often worsens after meals or mild physical activity. According to hepatologists at the Mayo Clinic, unexplained fatigue is the most common early symptom of liver stress, occurring in up to 80% of patients with liver disease before any other signs appear. This happens because your liver requires significant energy to perform its more than 500 essential functions. When liver cells become inflamed or damaged, they demand even more of your body's energy resources, creating an energy deficit that manifests as persistent fatigue. Ignoring this persistent tiredness allows underlying liver inflammation to progress silently, potentially leading to irreversible damage. The liver has an extraordinary ability to compensate for damage, continuing to function relatively normally until approximately 2/3 of its functional capacity is compromised. By the time more recognizable signs like jaundice or pain appear, treatment options may be more limited and less effective. Track your energy levels daily for 2 weeks, noting patterns and triggers, then share this log with your doctor, specifically asking about liver function tests. Pay attention to fatigue that worsens after meals, especially those high in fat or protein. Reduce your consumption of processed foods, sugary beverages, and alcohol, which place additional stress on an already struggling liver. Increase your water intake to at least 8 8-ounce glasses daily. William, 68, from Florida, thought his constant tiredness was simply age-related until his physician ordered liver function tests that revealed early-stage fatty liver disease, which was successfully reversed with targeted lifestyle changes. Don't dismiss ongoing fatigue as just getting older. This could be your only early warning of liver trouble that needs immediate attention. Sign 2. Subtle yellowing of the eyes or skin. Have you noticed a slight yellowing tint to the whites of your eyes or skin, particularly around your face or palms? Many seniors miss this crucial early sign of jaundice because the change develops so gradually. The yellowing typically begins in the sclera, whites of the eyes, especially visible in the corners or edges, before eventually affecting the skin. Researchers at Johns Hopkins Medicine explain that even minimal yellowing, often only noticeable in natural daylight, indicates jaundice from bilirubin buildup when the liver isn't functioning properly. Their clinical studies have shown that this subtle discoloration can be detected when bilirubin levels are just 20–30% above normal, well before levels rise high enough to trigger most standard blood test warnings. Overlooking this subtle color change allows the underlying liver condition to worsen, potentially progressing from manageable inflammation to more serious conditions requiring invasive intervention. When jaundice is detected early, the underlying cause can often be addressed through simple lifestyle modifications. However, allowing the condition to progress unchecked may lead to complications requiring more aggressive interventions. Examine the whites of your eyes in natural daylight once weekly, preferably asking someone else to help you notice changes too subtle for self-observation. Take periodic photos of your eyes in consistent lighting to better track subtle changes over time. Reduce your consumption of medications and supplements that can stress the liver, always consulting your healthcare provider before making any changes. Barbara, 71, from Arizona, had her grandson point out slight yellowing in her eyes during an outdoor lunch, leading to early detection of a bile duct obstruction that was resolved with a simple procedure. This yellowing can be so gradual that you miss it. Check your eyes this week and ask a family member to verify what you might not notice in yourself. Sign 3. Increased bruising or bleeding. Finding unexplained bruises or experiencing bleeding that seems excessive for minor injuries isn't just a normal part of aging. It's often a silent signal from your liver. Many seniors attribute increased bruising to blood thinners, aspirin, or just thin skin, completely missing its significant connection to liver health. While some increase in bruising is common with age, a sudden change in how easily you bruise warrants attention. Gastroenterologists at the Cleveland Clinic report that diminished production of clotting factors is a direct consequence of early liver dysfunction, causing increased bruising and bleeding even before other symptoms appear. Your liver produces approximately 80% of the proteins responsible for blood clotting. When liver function becomes compromised, production of these essential clotting factors decreases, leading to prolonged bleeding times and increased bruising from even minor trauma. Without addressing the underlying liver issue, this tendency toward bruising not only worsens, but can develop into dangerous internal bleeding that becomes increasingly difficult to control. The progression often follows a predictable pattern, beginning with occasional unexplained bruises that gradually become more frequent and extensive over time. As liver function continues to decline, minor cuts may bleed for unusually long periods. Document any unusual bruising with photos, noting whether they appeared without injury, and bring this visual record to your next doctor's appointment. Reduce or eliminate alcohol consumption, as even moderate intake can significantly impact liver function and clotting factor production. Take extra precautions to avoid injuries by removing tripping hazards from your home and using assistive devices when needed for stability. Robert, 76, from Michigan, noticed he was developing large bruises from minor bumps and mentioned this to his doctor, who detected early liver fibrosis and helped him implement changes that prevented progression to cirrhosis. If you've noticed easier bruising recently, don't wait for your next scheduled checkup. Call your doctor this week for appropriate liver screening. Sign 4. Unexplained weight changes. Have you experienced unintentional weight gain, particularly around your midsection, or unexpected weight loss without changing your diet or exercise habits? Either pattern could signal liver dysfunction. The weight changes associated with liver issues often have distinctive characteristics. Abdominal weight gain may be accompanied by slimmer arms and legs, while weight loss might occur despite a normal or even increased appetite. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that liver dysfunction directly alters metabolism and fluid regulation, causing either unexplained weight gain from fluid retention or weight loss from impaired nutrient processing. When liver function declines, reduced production of albumin can lead to fluid accumulation in the abdomen, appearing as weight gain. Conversely, impaired processing of nutrients can result in malabsorption and unintended weight loss despite adequate food intake. Dismissing these weight changes as age-related prevents timely intervention for the underlying liver condition, allowing progression to stages where treatment becomes far less effective. When detected early, the liver conditions causing these weight fluctuations can often be effectively managed through dietary modifications and lifestyle changes. However, allowing these conditions to progress unaddressed significantly narrows treatment options. Weigh yourself weekly at the same time of day and report any unexplained fluctuations of more than 5 pounds to your healthcare provider immediately. Measure your waist circumference monthly, as increasing abdominal girth can signal fluid accumulation even when weight remains stable. Limit sodium intake to reduce fluid retention, aiming for less than 2,000 milliliters daily by avoiding processed foods. Patricia, 67, from Virginia, noticed her abdomen expanding despite stable eating habits, leading her doctor to diagnose early-stage liver dysfunction that responded well to dietary modifications. Weight changes without clear cause need investigation now, not months from now when other more serious symptoms might emerge. Sign 5. Itchy skin without rash. Persistent itching without any visible rash or dry skin, particularly on your palms and soles, is rarely just sensitive skin. It's often your liver sending a distress signal. This mysterious itching, medically termed pruritus, often intensifies at night, significantly disrupting sleep. Many seniors mistakenly attribute this symptom to dry skin or allergies, applying endless creams and lotions with minimal relief. Dermatologists at Stanford Medical Center have documented that bile salt accumulation from liver dysfunction irritates nerve endings in the skin, causing intense itching that typically worsens at night and doesn't respond to standard moisturizers. When liver function becomes compromised, bile salts that would normally be processed and eliminated can accumulate in the bloodstream and deposit in the skin. Their research has shown that this distinctive itching can begin when bile salt levels are just 10 to 15% above normal range, well before jaundice develops. Without addressing the underlying liver issue, this itching not only becomes increasingly debilitating, but also indicates advancing liver dysfunction that becomes progressively harder to reverse. What begins as occasional mild itching often intensifies gradually over months, eventually becoming severe enough to interfere with sleep, concentration, and overall quality of life. Track when and where itching occurs for 2 weeks, noting intensity and triggers while avoiding alcohol and processed foods that increase liver stress. Try cooling the affected areas rather than scratching, using cold compresses or brief cool showers. Opt for fragrance-free, hypoallergenic soaps and detergents to minimize additional skin irritation. Support your liver's detoxification processes by staying well hydrated. Susan, 74, from Washington, suffered with mysterious itching for months before a gastroenterologist connected it to early biliary cirrhosis, allowing for treatment that greatly improved both her liver function and eliminated the constant itching. Don't suffer through another night of unexplained itching. This symptom warrants medical attention this week, not months from now. Sign 6. Digestive changes and intolerance to fatty foods. Have you noticed increased gas, bloating, or nausea after meals, particularly those containing fried or fatty foods that you previously tolerated well? This changing tolerance for dietary fat represents a crucial warning sign that your liver may be under stress. The digestive discomfort associated with early liver dysfunction often follows a distinctive pattern. It typically begins 30 minutes to 2 hours after eating and feels more pronounced after high-fat meals. Gastroenterologists at the University of California have shown that diminished bile production due to early liver stress directly impairs fat digestion, causing distinctive digestive discomfort that many seniors mistakenly attribute to general aging. Your liver produces bile, which is essential for emulsifying dietary fats. When liver function becomes compromised, both the quantity and quality of bile production can decline, leading to inadequate fat digestion and resulting discomfort. Ignoring these digestive changes not only leads to malnutrition as you avoid certain foods, but also allows the underlying liver condition to progress unchecked. As many seniors begin eliminating fatty foods from their diet to avoid discomfort, they often unknowingly reduce their intake of essential fat-soluble vitamins and healthy fats, necessary for brain health and inflammation control. Keep a simple food diary for 2 weeks, noting specific digestive symptoms and their timing relative to meals. Then discuss these patterns with your doctor specifically in relation to liver function. Support your digestive processes by eating smaller, more frequent meals that place less demand on your liver and gallbladder system. Consider adding liver-supporting herbs like milk thistle, dandelion, and turmeric to your diet. Thomas, 78, from Illinois, noticed increasing discomfort after restaurant meals until his physician connected these symptoms to early fatty liver disease that was successfully addressed through targeted dietary changes. Your digestive discomfort isn't something to simply endure. It's a warning sign that needs professional evaluation before your next fatty meal causes even greater distress. Sign 7. Swelling in ankles, feet, or legs shoes. Feeling tighter by evening or leaving sock marks on your ankles isn't simply a circulation issue. It's often directly connected to your liver's diminishing ability to maintain proper fluid balance. This swelling, medically termed edema, has distinctive characteristics when related to liver function. It typically worsens throughout the day, improves somewhat with elevation, and affects both legs symmetrically. Researchers at the National Institute on Aging have demonstrated that reduced albumin production by a stressed liver directly causes fluid retention in the extremities. Albumin, the most abundant protein in your bloodstream, is primarily produced by the liver and plays a crucial role in maintaining fluid balance. When liver function declines, albumin production can decrease, allowing fluid to leak from blood vessels into surrounding tissues, particularly in your ankles and feet. Without addressing the underlying liver condition, this swelling not only worsens, but can progress to dangerous fluid accumulation in the abdomen and even lungs. The progression typically follows a predictable pattern, beginning with mild ankle swelling that resolves overnight but gradually becomes more persistent and extensive. Elevate your feet daily, reduce sodium intake, and press your finger against your ankle bone for 5 seconds each evening. If an indentation remains, known as pitting edema, contact your doctor promptly about liver function testing. Measure the circumference of your ankles weekly to objectively track any changes. Support your liver's protein production by consuming adequate high-quality protein sources spread throughout the day. James, 70, from Texas, noticed his slippers no longer fit by evening, leading to tests that revealed early portal hypertension from liver fibrosis, which was effectively managed once properly diagnosed. Check your ankles tonight for subtle swelling. This simple self-examination could reveal early liver changes while they're still completely reversible. Sign 8. Changes in urine and stool color. Have you noticed your urine becoming darker or your stool becoming lighter without any obvious explanation like medication changes? These color shifts represent some of the most overlooked yet significant indicators of liver dysfunction. Many seniors attribute darker urine to dehydration, while lighter-colored stool might be dismissed entirely as a normal variation. Hepatologists at Mount Sinai Medical Center explain that these color changes directly reflect altered bilirubin processing, with dark urine and clay-colored stool often presenting months before other, more recognized liver symptoms appear. Bilirubin, a yellowish compound produced during the normal breakdown of red blood cells, is processed by the liver and excreted through bile into the intestines, giving stool its characteristic brown color. When liver function becomes compromised, this bilirubin can't follow its normal path, instead accumulating in the bloodstream. Dismissing these color changes allows potential bile duct obstructions or liver inflammation to progress unchecked, potentially leading to permanent damage that could have been prevented with early intervention. Early detection of the conditions causing these color abnormalities often allows for simple, non-invasive treatments with excellent outcomes. Pay attention to your bathroom habits for the next week, noting any unusual colors, and don't flush immediately so you can observe these important health indicators. Improve your hydration status by consuming at least 8 8-ounce glasses of water daily. Reduce your consumption of medications and supplements known to stress the liver, always consulting your healthcare provider before making any changes. Elizabeth, 69, from Georgia, noticed her urine had become tea-colored and mentioned it during a routine appointment, leading to discovery of an easily treatable gallstone obstructing her bile duct. These color changes aren't merely interesting observations. They're urgent messages from your body that warrant immediate medical attention, not casual mention at your next physical. These 8 warning signs: unusual fatigue, subtle yellowing, increased bruising, unexplained weight changes, itchy skin, digestive issues, ankle swelling, and changes in waist color, are your body's early alerts to liver stress, long before pain or obvious symptoms develop. The wonderful news is that your liver has remarkable regenerative ability when problems are caught early. By recognizing these subtle signals and seeking timely care, you can protect and even restore liver function that sustains your overall health and independence. Which of these signs surprised you the most? Share in the comments which symptoms you'll be paying more attention to after watching this video. If you know someone over 60 who could benefit from this potentially life-saving information, sharing this video could be the most important gift you give them this year. Subscribe for our next video on the 3 breakfast foods most damaging to senior liver health that you probably ate this morning.